Good evening and welcome to another edition of Hgp Sport. For today, I'm JADON Samuels. Thanks for joining us. We begin the cast this evening with some CPL news. The Guyana Amazon Warriors now makes it 8 wins in as many matches as the Night Riders fell short by 19 runs in a 185-run chase at the Queen's Park Oval on Monday. The details in this report. In a red-dominated affair, the Guyana Amazon Warriors jots down another victory, beating Trinidad at home thanks to young Romario Shepard's 32 of just 13 balls. Batting first, Jaguars lost Brandon King early after contributing just 12, and in came Shemron Hetmyer, who started slowly but together with Hemraj brought stability to the Warriors' innings, but Hemraj was next to go for a stroke-filled 66, making way for Nicholas Puran, who fell cheaply, caught in the deep for just 3 runs. The situation for the Jaguars got even more tense, losing Hetmyer in the 16th over, followed by captain Shoaib Malik without scoring and Shafrain Rutherford for just 1, dampening the faces of the very few Warriors supporters in the stands. But that did not last too long as young Shepard settled in on a noisy night at Queen's Park Oval. Shepard blasted 32 of just 13 balls while Kemo Paul contributed 12 to put the Warriors in what turned out to be a winning 185 total. In reply, the Riders got going straight away with a few boundaries, but Mark Dale was caught behind for 10, followed by Landell Simmons, 16, and then the big wicket of Colin Munro, leaving Trinbago Night Riders 3 wickets down at the end of the 3rd over. With the run rate climbing, Darren Bravo and Kyron Pollard settled in and did bring the match back in the balance. However, Pollard was bowled by Imran Tahir, erasing the final chance the Trinbago Night Riders had of winning. Bowling for the Warriors, Chris Green 2 for 18 and Imran Tahir 2 for 32. The Trinbago Night Riders 166, losing by 19 runs. Jadon Samuels, Hgp Sport. More cricket news. The Buxton Cricket Club will have to start from scratch again as fire believed to be arson destroyed the club's entire compartment where the gear are being kept. Nightly News was there. The busy schedule of the Buxton Carl Hooper Cricket Club has been brought to a complete halt after the gear compartment was broken into and set afire, destroying all of the club's cricket equipment. Speaking with Hgp Sport, president of the Buxton Cricket Club, Ezzy Peters, is adamant that the fire could not have been of electrical origin since a hole was punched into the walls of the gear room. Mr. Peters, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Could you tell us exactly what happened here?
Well, can't we knowledge when we come up here Sunday morning for travel to go transport, for uplift our gears, so go and play a game, we come and see the room break open. So from the time we decide we come and see a padlock break open, we don't suspect something. When we open the room and go, the whole room was burned up, was fire. Therefore, the fire had to start the Friday because we left here Friday after Buxton Secondary School sports. And there was no fire. So maybe the fire could start either Friday night or Saturday. But to my knowledge, that if you see the back, that we go the back and check. The back was break open. And is only our side, the cricket end side, where the tarpaulin, the cover for the wicket, and the nets and the gears were sparked. There where the fire start from. Therefore, to my knowledge, somebody have break open that room at the back there and go through and throw some cigarette or light it a fire.
With a packed agenda for the year and no gear available, Peters reiterated that the situation is now great cause for concern, especially since there is no one to turn to for support.
Well, why God keep going and hope the Ministry of Sports, understand the Sports Commission, they get some gears, food for the poor, and we got to look to other agents like East Coast Cricket Board that give you their commitment already. So I don't know much about the guy in the cricket board because they didn't have the election and they don't want support Buxton that we're not supporting them. So I don't know where we will look to at the moment. But I studying the youths them. What's going to happen to the youths them? Cricket, keep the youths them off the road from crime, from other activities, from the ganja smoking and other problem. So we asking who is in authority like the Minister of Sports for looking into this matter, and we really need of some gears.
This significant loss only adds to the woes of the club, the ground and other areas of the facility have been in a rundown state for a while despite several letters being penned to the relevant authorities for help.
Who did we look forward to now for assist we? Because we need urgently assistance. The new NDC chairman who have taken over from Mr. Dion Abrams, you send many letters to him and no response, and is the opposition they win boxing to fouls. So we need some assistance, because if you look at the pavilion fall down. And when we saw Dion Abrams before, he looking and he needs to pay key attention. If you look at the fence too, it's real terrible, and boxing producing national players in our farm.
The club members will waste no time in cleaning up the debris and building back the cupboards, while the Golden Grove Cricket Club has already signaled its intention of lending whatever support is needed to help its sister club get back on its feet. JADON Samuels, Hgp Sport. Turning our attention to some football news, Pele refused GT Panther in penalties and Santos triumph over GT Panthers to march into the Limacol Football Competition 2019 quarterfinals. Stanford Howard reports.
Another epic night of football in this year's edition of the tournament, as the quarterfinals took center stage last weekend. In the first of the quarterfinals clash, patrons witnessed the powerhouse Santos team going up against Buxton. It was a stiff 5 minutes of play from the first whistle, as both teams showed their strides and will of attack with the ball, until Buxton's Jamal Major in the 8th minute got one through the gates of Santos to take the lead. A few minutes later, Santos responded with an attack of their own in the 17th minute by Orin Moore to level things off, but by the end of the first half, Shamar McPherson added one in the 34th for Buxton and Jamar Padmore in the 37th for Santos to level the score 2-all. The resumption of the second half, Santos heated things up, registering 3 more unanswered goals, with Raymond Bahu with a double in the 84th and 90th minute, and also Marcus Wilson in the 90th minute. Consolidating 1 more goal in the second half for Buxton was Jamal Major in the 75th minute, making it a double for the night as Buxton went down 6-3 to Santos. In the second quarterfinals, Pele FC and GT Panthers drew at 2 apiece at full and extra time. Those goals came off the boots of Pele Daniel Gibson in the 17th minute and Darwin George in the 46th minute. And for GT Panthers, Cheryl Daniels in the 84th minute and Leon Roberts in the 91st minute, which sent the game into a penalty shootout, which saw Pele FC players with the best legwork overriding the GT Panthers goalkeeper and keeping them at bay to take a 4-3 win off penalties. The second set of the quarterfinals will be played on Wednesday at the Ministry of Education ground, Carifesta Avenue, with Rhythm Squad coming up against Mahaica Determinators at 1900 hours, while at 2100 hours, Conquerors on the 20 will tackle Tamari Panthers. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Ansamakal Trading Limited handed over $200,000 in cash and other incentives to the King Midas Pansi Adonis Foundation. The foundation will host its 8th Guyana Junior Olympics from this Thursday through Saturday at the Lusignan Ground, East Coast, Demerara. Ansamakal stated that it recognizes the importance of such events which aid in the development of Guyana's youths and thus jumped on board with their Smalta and Lucozade brands. The event will start from 9:45 a.m. daily, while the road race will take place from 6 a.m. on Sunday. Badminton news, Priyana Ramdani clinches silver in her first outing at Yonex AGC Silver in Canada. Here again is Stanford Howard.
In just a month since at Olds College and her first tournament with the Broncos badminton team, Priyana Ramdani, who is still getting accustomed to the cold conditions in Canada, is performing incredibly well. Ramdani, who played in the Group B playoff, defeated Rohan Mur of the Gao Badminton Tahoe Club 21-10, 21-5, and Cole Chump of Edison Badminton Center 21-8, 21-6. In the semis, Priyani went up against Emily Haaland out of the Glencoe Club, who she defeated easily in straight sets 21-9, 21-6 to march her way into the finals. In the finals, in the 3 outside atmosphere, Priyana lost to Tia Clark of the Gao Badminton Tahoe Club 12-21, 20-22. This was a very good achievement for Priyani, and her next tournament is set for this weekend when she will be playing in the Yonex Alberta Series in Sunridge in Calgary, Alberta, October 4th to 6th. In the ladies singles, ladies doubles with Mary Smith, and mixed doubles with her sibling, Nairani Ramdani. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
That concludes our cast for this evening. I'm Jadon Samuels, reminding you, as always, say yes to life, yes to sport, and no to drugs. Good night.